Before we start the show, I want to quickly plug our socials. Follow us on Instagram at bestyever_pod. Also, we're on Blue Sky, Best You Ever Pod, and on YouTube, Best You Ever Pod. We do share some shorts over there. Please email us. Tell us your thoughts, feelings, questions, recipes, jokes, anything that you want to tell us. You can email us to bestyeverypod@gmail.com. But also, follow, subscribe, rate us on Spotify and Apple Pod. All right, let's start this shit.
Hell yeah. Welcome to Best Year Ever, a movie podcast where each week, one movie at a time, we attempt to answer this very important question. Was 1999 the best year ever for movies? I'm your host, Casey Glenn, and with me is my co-host, the scheming, wily, but adaptive Jesus Gonzalez. Hi, Jesus.
Hi, Casey. First of all, I am leaving the knuckle crack at the beginning in the recording.
I feel like I do that every single time. Have you not noticed? I do that and
yes,
then this.
But this is, I think, the loudest that it's been. So I can actually capture it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, now that I know that you base my attributes to, or adjectives. Is it adjectives?
Yeah.
Look at this. Grammar. Okay, English major. On a character from the movie that you are not attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know exactly who you were talking about, which is Jonathan.
No. Mm-mm.
What?
No, sir.
Oh, don't say Benny, because I'm gonna hate you. No.
I use my powers for evil.
Yeah, dude. Also, you were so mad at me when I suggested you might have been attracted to Jonathan. First of all, I said many other people first, and then I said maybe Jonathan. Like, it's a maybe. And you just kind of fixated on that maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did.
Speaking of attractive people, what are we talking about?
We're talking about a movie that tends to be a lot of people's bisexual awakening, The Mummy.
Yeah, on both sides of the spectrum
Mm-hmm.
of sexuality.
Yeah.
I don't think, to me, was any type of sexual awakening, strangely enough, for this one.
Good for you.
I don't think
I've ever seen this.
I don't know why.
I don't think I've ever seen this movie all the way through. I think I've seen clips of it through the years, like, if it's on cable or whatever. But yeah, this was my first time watching it. And yeah, I can understand how it was maybe pivotal for some young adults,
Us millennials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is peak Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
And peak Rachel Weisz.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to go through all of them. Peak Arnold Vosloo and peak Odette Fair and peak Patricia Velasquez. Although Patricia Velasquez still looks great right now.
I think Rachel Weisz still looks great. Like, I don't think...
Rachel Weisz still looks great. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, not one Egyptian in the whole cast. I will say that.
Yes, you are.
Which didn't really take me out of the movie. I feel like it was so fantastical, so over the top that
Mm-hmm.
it's a serial movie from the 30s. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's that kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen this movie many, many times. I remember watching it in the theater. To me, this movie feels very pure in the sense of like it's just a fun adventure movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of James Bond and a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
like all of those adventure movies, which I feel like there's not a lot of those movies now anymore. Like true adventure, fun, globe-trotting movies.
Yeah, I feel like this one is unique in the balance that it's able to strike between comedy and action, adventure.
And horror.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of times the like quote-unquote adventure movies of today tend to be more like humor, tend to be very like funny, like driven, and not any sort of like hybrid genre.
The last one I can think of, maybe there's one later than that one, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
The trilogy, the first three movies. That one feels similar to this one.
I can see that, yeah.
But let's go to Letterboxd. So, our very own Casey Glenn, you gave it 3.5 stars, and I have thoughts of what could have been the fourth star, but I'll get to it when I get to that.
Mm-hmm.
And your review is, God forbid you fall in love with a certified baddie. So are you talking about Rachel or Evelyn, or are you talking about Rick O'Donnell?
No, I'm talking about our man Imhotep.
Imhotep?
Yeah.
Was he a baddie?
No, because he fell in love with a baddie. Anuk Sunamun.
Yeah. Anuk Sunamun.
No.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, did they have an affair? Sure. But like cursing him with a curse that wild, like that's a curse that's like worthy of being cast upon somebody who's like committed genocide, not somebody who fucked your bitch. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like this is, it feels like a slight overreaction.
Also, the Emperor was dead, so he didn't curse them. It was the minions. It was the guards, or like the Magi are the real bad guys. If you think about
exactly. And well, the fact that like they like watch over it, like here's where I think this could have gotten really interesting. Maybe this is the half star. I think there are many areas where this movie could have earned an extra half star.
So this is an imperfect movie. I love this movie, but this is definitely an imperfect.
Yes, but I think if the descendants of the Pharaoh's bodyguards that like watch over the land Hamunaptra to make sure that Imhotep doesn't get resurrected, essentially, or like brought back.
Terrible at their jobs, by the way.
What?
Terrible at their jobs. Most of the time, they just stand on hills on their horses.
Yeah.
That's all they did.
They're just watchers. I think if their story was like, this is the life that they're condemned to because of the overreaction, I think that would have been like pretty cool. Of like, everybody is just like fighting this generational curse.
Treated like a curse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the real curse is them like watching. Yeah. Yeah, but that would have, and I'm going to say this with my 1999 cap, that would have given the focus on the brown people. And I say brown people in parentheses.
Yeah.
Rather than the white American.
Yeah. The colonizers.
I do have the colonizer. I do have other reviews. And there's a lot of 3.5 star reviews. More than I thought. I like that the mummy's number one superpower is the ability to make his lower jaw like 2 feet long. Yep. That was a go-to.
I don't know why they were like, this is the one animation packet that we're actually going to pay for. And so we're just going to reuse it.
Hey, ILM did all of these.
That's funny.
Adam Savage was involved somehow. Or maybe he was in the second one. Brendan Fraser is an all-time great movie yeller. Yep, I like that one. Speaking of sexual awakenings, I'd like to thank Rachel Weisz for playing an integral role in my sexual awakening. 3.5 stars.
I also saw that one and loved
5
it.
stars and the heart. Brendan Fraser is a all-caps born himbo. All he does is this look hot, fight, and love, and respect Rachel Weisz. Casey, what is a himbo?
A himbo is a bimbo, but a man. Did you not actually know that until now? You're ancient. You're so old.
I feel like even people so as me know what a himbo would. I think it's just Mexican. This might be Mexican.
That's so funny.
This might be English is my second language, but not really. This next one, the third best Indiana Jones movie. This is just one word review, 3 stars and a heart. Bisexuality. And then this last one are actually, I'll do 3 more. Hey, Benny, it looks to me like you're on the wrong side of the river. Great line. This has great quotes. Great quotes.
Yeah.
Next one, no one has ever said, I am a librarian with more swelling beatific pride than Rachel Weisz in this movie. And then this last one, horny-ass movie. You know what? I didn't think it was a horny-ass movie.
I agree.
I think it was just full of attract. Everyone was attractive. Even Benny.
Sure. You tell yourself that.
Shut up. It's your fault. But yeah, very attractive cast. But I don't think it was that horny. I don't know. I'm all for sexual awakening and all that, but I feel like this movie was just pure adventure. All of the sexiness was treated like it would have been treated in the 1930s, I feel like. Like the first shot of Anux on a Moon, which she was naked, but she wasn't naked. She was just painted in gold.
Yeah.
And all of the probably more graphic deaths were just shadows. A lot of shadow action.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated. Like, again, very 1930s. So, yeah. To be fair, we have been on a streak of very horny movies from 1999.
We've been desensitized.
I think that's it. That might be it. Anyway, let's do the background.
That. Yeah.
The Mummy, with a budget of $80 million, box office of $418.1 billion. Dang. Directed by Steven Sommers, edited by Bob Duxey, Music by Jerry Goldsmith, and I do want to get into that music. It was great. Starring Brendan Fraser as Rick O'Connell, Rachel Weisz as Evelyn Carnaha, Arnold Boslow as Imhotep, Odin Fair as Ardeth Bay, and John Hannah as Jonathan Carnaha. Again, very sexy cast.
So the production did have the official support of the Moroccan army, and the cast members had kidnapping insurance taken out on them. A fact that Stephen Sommers disclosed to the cast only after shooting had finished. So the reason why they didn't film in Egypt was there was a lot of civil unrest at that time. And so they went to Morocco instead. So, I think it's okay. For that reason, I'm okay with them not having a lot of Egyptian cast members because obviously it was hard to film in Egypt, But I'm sure you probably had some Moroccans who had Egyptian roots,
Yeah, and I feel like maybe not now, but maybe 20 years ago it was a little bit harder to get more Egyptian actors. I'm sure there were Egyptian American actors, Egyptian British actors. But I say with a lot of love, the acting wasn't great in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think it was what it was. You're not here to see a amazing performance.
Yeah. I will go ahead and say this. The average special effect cost was $125,000 per shot.
Yeah. Is that adjusted for inflation, or is that 1999 money?
I think that's 1999 money.
Wow. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I do have. Okay, let's get into the movie because I'm going to start with thoughts about the special effects. So let's just get into it. So we start with a really nice mesh cut from the universal Earth globe thing to the sun, and then just kind of tilt down into ancient Egypt asterisk. Very PlayStation 2 cutscene CGI ancient Egypt. So I think this is where the movie suffers the most.
Yeah.
I think this whole intro is kind of establishing the Imhotep, the affair with Anaxonamun, how she gets discovered because again she was kind of naked but painted in gold, and Imhotep grabs her passionately her arm, and there's a smudge, and that's how the emperor or pharaoh, not emperor, well, same thing. The pharaoh discovers them. This whole intro, I think, is unnecessary. I think this could have been a 4-star movie without this intro. If you just start with Brendan Fraser in the middle of the desert. I think this could have been some words on a screen and then just kind of start, because they kind of repeat throughout the movie. There's a lot of exposition dialogue. And throughout the movie, they kind of say what happened here throughout the whole movie. So you could have, if this was a 1930s serial type movie, this should have started like Indiana Jones movies start, like Star Wars movies start in the middle of the second act of the previous movie. And that's where Brendan Fraser starts. And I feel that the whole sequence of them getting discovered and then Imhotep getting into the curse, and this whole intro is just explaining what the curse is and that done soon or whatever. This could have all been just words on screen for maybe 5 minutes and then move on to Brendan Fraser, because that's what we come to see, Brendan Fraser. And this definitely feels like a studio note. This feels like a late edition.
I agree with that. I feel like especially the pan through Egypt, and then when they finally get into the set of people walking, but they have this whole CGI cutscene like you're talking about.
Yeah.
That definitely felt like, okay, we're running out of our CGI budget. We're running out of our animation budget. We got this is going to be really shitty. I hated that. I was that kind of took me out. I also think it's funny because apparently Imhotep was originally supposed to be the narrator through that sequence. But then Stephen Sommers was well, he wouldn't speak English, so we should find somebody else, which I'm this is okay, whatever.
It could have been an Egyptian with words on a screen. That's what I'm saying.
I think that would have been a lot cooler. I do understand how it probably would have been riskier for 1999. I could see them being worried that people would be oh my God, are we not in an English movie and walking out of the theater? That seems like a 1999 thing to happen.
Hidden Dragon Crushing Tiger 2000. Okay. I think you could have get away with Egyptian language. in 1999, because this is where the start of, wait, international movies are cool? Can we, Americans, read subtitles? Like, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon really introduced that to the mainstream audience in America, because that was a movie in I think it was Mandarin. So yeah, like, but maybe not. But I feel like, just Casey, picture this movie starting with this transition of the statue of the god of death, I forget the name, from being pristine to ancient and corroded. That's how the movie should have started.
I can agree with that. I also could have done without the whole, like, them fighting over Hamunaptra scene. Like, I think if we just, like, started with, like, Brendan Fraser, like, getting the hell out of there. I didn't need to see the action of people fighting, you know?
I like that action sequence. I feel like, because that feels middle of the second act, the third act of the last. Because serial movies were like that. Like, they started on the third act, like the cliffhanger of the previous serial. I mean, there's a lot of great stunt work.
Yeah.
A lot of, like, coarse acting, a lot of, you get the interaction of the Benny and Rick, played by Brendan Fraser, and Benny, who's Benny played by? Kevin Jake O'Connor, who was close to getting my worst actor ever, but he's not going to do that. I have someone very specific in mind for that. But you get that banter between the two of them, and right away, I love that. This is where the movie should have started. 1923, there's a fight between, this is not the Medjay, this is the Egyptian army, and the British, French, maybe? Army?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think French, because Rick starts yelling in French. It literally says in the subtitle, yelling in French. It starts in this big conflict. I enjoyed it. That was fun. But Benny runs away. He's a coward. He's an opportunist. How dare you compare me to Benny? I wouldn't run away. I think I identify more with Jonathan. I would have been okay with Jonathan. And it could have been the same adjectives. How dare you? But it is great gunfight. Like one shot headshots, one shot kills by Rick all the time. I could 100% see Harrison Ford in this role. Actually, Brendan Fraser could have been a great Han Solo or Indiana Jones.
I agree.
What a waste. Well, no, he's getting his comeback. But yeah, Brendan Fraser. I don't know if you don't know, Brendan Fraser's story is kind of tragic.
Yeah, it is. It's very tragic.
Anyway, they're fighting, and then you get your first awesome 1990s sand visual effects, because they happen to be fighting above the tomb of Imhotep. Then there's Rick is about to die. They have him surrounded. And there's some scary sand splashing. And then you see scary Imhotep face on the sand. All of these effects are awesome. I love them. I don't know. They're bad, but they're great.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine how hard this would have been just to create all of these. Because right now you would have simulations, and there was no such thing as simulations back then. So this is all handmade animation. I mean, CGI, but handmade. You also get the amazing soundtrack here. Like, it's great. And I wanted to talk about a little bit. The music is by Jerry Goldsmith. Had been nominated for 18 Academy Awards. He only won one Oscar for The Omen. And he did a bunch of movies, but more importantly, and this is why I kind of like this movie, the music, I think. He also did the music for The 13th Warrior.
Wow.
Yeah. He also did the music for Mulan and like a bunch of other ones. Basic Instinct, LA Confidential, Chinatown, like Planet of the Apes, the original 1969 Planet of the Apes. Yeah, he won a bunch of Emmy Awards, Golden Globes. I wanted to compare him with John Williams, but John Williams had been nominated for 56 Academy Awards, so not really comparable. But I think it's still pretty good. But yeah, anyway, you get an amazing score here. Rick escapes the Egyptian, Moroccan. I don't know who they were fighting. They were kind of vague about it. I don't know my history. World War I history? It's 1923.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, sure. Minimal research here. The Medjay are doing what the Medjay do best, standing on their horse on a cliff and just watching and hoping nobody discovers the tomb. The Medjay are the weird force, because sometimes there's 9 of them and sometimes there's like 100 of them.
Yeah.
What are their numbers? What is their organization?
They just like do whatever fits the shot best, you know? Probably.
Yeah, 100%. Rick runs off to the desert. The Medjay is like, should we kill him? And the main Medjay, played by Oded Fair, his name is Ardeth Bey. I feel like Ordeth Fair could have been the name of the character. He's like, no, that's why we kill him. Just let him. Classic bad guy mistakes. I feel like the Magi are bad guys. I don't know.
I think they're just kind of,
Yeah. And then cut to the library. Now you're in Cairo, right?
Mhm.
I think. Then we get introduced to Evelyn, Rachel Weisz. And she's the pixie girl klutz of the 90s. Very, very 1990s/1920s eyebrows. Amazing.
Yes.
Are those back? Are those ever going to come back? The thin eyebrows?
I hope
are we
not.
Are we still in thick eyebrow?
I hope we stay in thick eyebrow, because once you start tweezing them, they don't come back.
They don't go back. I know that. I mean, I don't know that, but I know that.
That's funny.
Yeah, just growing up in the 90s. Yeah, this is a very 90s eyebrows. But she's a librarian, clumsy. And then she has this really cool stunt of balancing on the stair, on a ladder, and then knocking down just a whole row of book stands or bookshelves. There are freestanding bookshelves, and they're all neatly arranged in a circle so they could be knocked down. I wonder how much of this stunt work Rachel Weisz actually did, because it feels like a lot.
Yeah, that I'm not sure about. I do know that it took, this was done in one shot.
Wow.
Because it would have taken an entire day to reshoot if, anything messed up. So a lot of pressure, This
looks like it was done for real. There were probably some wires around and just gonna guide the bookshelves, but this feels like it was done for real.
Exactly.
But anyway, we get introduced to her, and then we get introduced to the main librarian, Dr. Terrence Bay, played by Eric Avari. He's a great actor. Every time I see him, he's like, oh, it's going to be cool. And she's kind of there's a lot of exposition, dialogue, and scenes here of telling you exactly who these characters are. We kind of find out that Evelyn and her brother come from a rich family. They're famous. Dad is a famous Egyptian explorer, adventurer from the 1930s, 20s, or I guess late might have been at this time. Yeah, because we get introduced, Evelyn gets introduced, and then right away the brother gets introduced. I really like that the brother is a comic relief, and he's kind of the clumsy one, but he's super clever and he's super smart too. He knows his shit. Not as much as her, but he's an actual Egyptologist. He knows things, and he's the one that discovers the key and sets off this whole situation. So he is the threshold, the calling. We're going by Joseph Campbell's, who is a hero here in the hero's journey. Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey. Is it Evelyn or is it Rick? I feel like it's Evelyn.
Yeah. Evelyn seems very much the main character. We see her far more than we see Rick, I feel like.
We do. We do. I really appreciated that. So yeah, we get introduced to the brother. He found the key. He said he found it at a dig. It's not true.
He says he found it.
But
stole it.
Yeah, he's kind of schemy. All the attributes they told me I was could have been him. So
there was definitely some overlap between Jonathan and Benny.
Yeah, exactly. Benny is the dark side of Jonathan.
Yeah.
I reject your reality and going to substitute it with my own. So now everything's called Jonathan. So right after that, they go to Dr. Terrence, to Evelyn's boss. We don't know this, but he is part of the Magi. So he's trying to cover up all of this. So he's like, this is nonsense, whatever. Was it obvious to you that he set that map on fire?
I just thought it was poorly done. I was just they just needed this to be fucked up so that they can go see Rick. That was.
Well, he did it on purpose.
Well, yeah, now I know that. But I didn't think it was actually intentional to the plot,
So because Dr. Terrence, he's looking at the map, put it stupidly close to a lit candle, an open flame. And he's like, oh no, it burned. And it happens to burn exactly where the Hamunaptra city. Oh yeah, this map is the map to the Hamunaptra. The key, they don't know what it is, but it's a key to open the sarcophagus and the Book of the Dead. It's a key for everything in Hamunaptra, right? A master key for Hamunaptra. So the map is gone, and Jonathan's like, well, I might know a guy who might know where it is. Because, spoilers, Jonathan didn't actually find the key. He stole it from Rick. We go to the prison. We get introduced to another great character, the warden, Gad, played by Omid Djalin. I'm probably saying the name wrong. But he was a great character. He was a really good, dumb, schemy, slimy guy. Like, he wasn't really a bad guy, but when he died, he was like, the moment he was on camera, oh, he's going to die.
Yeah. I was surprised by how far or how long we had him in the movie for.
Really? Because I was surprised how fast he died. He was the first one to die, I think.
Yeah. I didn't even expect him to get to Hymenoptera, honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the warden takes him to where Rick is jailed. And there's like a visitor's jail, I guess. And so first this is kind of like Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall. We got several looks of hotness from Brad Pitt. We have several looks of hotness for Brendan Fraser here. Because first we got the military cut, cool guy look, which we go back to eventually. But here we get the long hair, raggedy, dirty, and I'm saying all this in air quotes, look. Still hot. Still Brendan Fraser. So, yeah, Evelyn and Jonathan are there to ask where he found, like, Hymenoptera. He's like, yeah, sure, take me there. I can tell you where it is. Just get me out of here. Punches Jonathan because he recognizes Jonathan because Jonathan stole the key from him and kisses Evelyn. I mean, consent and everything, but that was kind of hot. I wouldn't mind that.
See, it just grossed me out because I was like, he looks disgusting. I would hate that.
Yeah, but it's Brendan Fraser.
She didn't know that?
He was so hot. He was a hot dude. She's also a librarian. I don't think she meets a lot of hot dudes in the library because it's full of nerds. It's fucking nerds.
Full of people who wear glasses.
Ugh, disgusting. So anyway, Rick is going to be hanged. So cut to him on the, what is it called? Stocks? No. Hanging platform?
Yeah.
It's okay that we don't know these terms.
Yeah.
So he's about to be hanged. Evelyn and the warden are somewhere looking at the hanging. And Evelyn's trying to negotiate with the warden, trying to pay him for Rick's release. The warden's not budging. There's a slight sexualization here because the warden says, I'm a very lonely man. And then Rachel kind of starts at it and the whole prison laughs. And I thought that was funny. But there's not a lot of sexualization of Evelyn throughout the whole movie. Like, she's like not eye candy.
Yeah.
She's still Rachel Weisz, super attractive.
Yeah. But they don't like, treat her as such. Yeah, which is nice.
Which, like, in high contrast of the end of the affair, because in the end of the affair, what's her face? I don't even remember the name.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah, but the actor, the character. Yeah, who fucking cares? Like, it wasn't like she was just the object of the desire.
Yeah.
But the contrast, yeah, you're right. Evelyn is the main character of this movie. So she's trying to negotiate. Warren says nah, and they release the boards, and Rick gets hanged, but he has a thick, girthy neck and doesn't snap. I literally wrote down in my notes, thick neck. And now they have to watch him slowly suffocate. There's quick negotiation. Evelyn tells the warden, oh, he knows where Hymenoptera is. Apparently everyone knows about Hymenoptera. It's a big legend, whatever, City of Gold, all of that. And then they negotiate. I did like the negotiation of how much the percentage. And the warden accidentally says a lower percentage, and then she's like, "Aha, yes!" And he's like, "Okay, whatever, I lost." Like, sure.
Yeah. Are you going to talk about the obvious fun fact here of the hanging scene?
No. What obvious fun fact?
I feel like this is, the same as he broke his toe in Lord of the Rings or whatever.
I feel like I don't remember, but the minute you say it, I'm gonna remember.
Yeah, I think Brendan Fraser actually momentarily died during this, the filming of this scene because of the hanging.
Yeah, he wasn't actually well tied. Yeah. Brendan Fraser broke his body in this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is not big part, but part of the reason why we didn't hear about Brendan Fraser for a while after the early 2000s.
Exactly. I think this movie, even George of the Jungle, they just they used his body for bad.
Yeah, for bad. Just his body for great commentary, Casey.
Thank you.
So they accept, and they cut to them getting on the ferry, and then we get hot, clean shaven, awesome. Again, 1990s/1920s haircut, Brendan Fraser. I feel like this is very 90s haircuts and eyebrows, but also feels very 1920s.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think this is another big issue that I have with this movie is the distance between Cairo and Hymenoptera, because they have to get on this boat And then like it seems like it doesn't take that long, but like it seems like it takes long enough that like, you know, it takes about like a day. It feels like, but then
it's a day because it feels like they get on the ferry in the morning, and then at night is when the Magi attack.
Yeah, but then it also feels like later on they like go back to Cairo and then like go back to Hamunaptra, and like that feels like it takes place within less time. And it was like the jumping back and forth. I wanted more establishing shots.
The back to Hamunaptra was, and spoilers, one on a magic evil sandstorm, and then on an airplane. So, but yes, they're on a ferry. It's nighttime, and Jonathan is gambling, playing poker with the Americans. Mr. Burns, Mr. Daniels, and Mr. Henderson. What did you think about the Americans, Casey? Because I hated them.
I like hated them in the way that the movie wanted me to hate them.
Yeah.
And so like I loved how they were like presented, you know?
Yeah. Like it was very much like, oh, stupid Americans. They always going shooting. So they're gambling, and surprise, Jonathan spilled the beans that they're going to Hamunaptra, and the Americans says, oh, we also have someone, and who it is, that knows the way to Hamunaptra. Rick kind of stops Jonathan from spilling more beans. And then he goes off, and it has this cute little scene with Evelyn. You see all of the guns that Rick brought because he knows. I love that this movie is like, yeah, we're going to shoot at the magical immortal being with all of the guns.
Yeah, so silly.
I wonder how anachronistic the guns were. Like, I wonder if all these guns were actually around in the 1920s.
I don't know. It looked so slow to reload. So like, I'm kind of believing that maybe it was accurate to the time.
Yeah. So yeah, they like have the cute little scene, and it's not a like I'm in love with you, Rick scene at all. It feels like, because Evelyn does ask at the end, why did you kiss me? And he's like, I was about to die. It seemed like a good idea. Then she storms off. But that was like the only little hint.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're feeling each other out.
Yeah. But it's good. The chemistry was great. And then Rick hears some shuffling in the background, and you see the shadow of Benny. Shadows are very important in this movie. A lot of shadow acting, shadow action, shadow things happening. But yeah, Rick discovers Benny, so Benny is leading the Americans. Rick threatens Benny to kill him, and Benny's like, think about my children. Rick's like, you don't have any children. Like, I might have children. Like, that's his whole thing. He's just a slimy guy. How dare you?
You would do something like that. You'd be like, think of my children.
I would not. I feel like I would be more Rick than... No, I'd be Jonathan. I'd be 100% Jonathan.
Yeah, I was like, that's bold to give yourself a Rick. That's bold.
Hey, you haven't seen me in action. You don't know if I can shoot a gun or not.
Okay.
Then we cut to Evelyn with her nightgown and her little cabin.
Brushing out her curls, which you should never do.
Oh, really? That was... okay.
No, just immediately pissed me off. I was like, yes, girl, make your hair all frizzy and puffy. Go for it.
So 100% direction from the male director.
Yeah.
And she gets attacked by Hook. That's the name of the Magi evil character, Hook, because he has a hook for a hand.
So silly.
He gets attacked by Hook. At this point, Rick kind of sees the Magi around, so he knows something's off. He doesn't see the Magi, but he sees that something off because he has like the Indiana Jones spidey sense. Goes to rescue Evelyn. Jonathan also is around and grabs the key, and there's this whole shootout, which I really enjoy. You know what I liked a lot? That there's a point where Rick is reloading his guns, and I love it when they reload in movies. And he's reloading, and he's set against a wall, and they're shooting, and you see the bullet hole slowly getting closer to his head, and he's not noticing it until Evelyn kind of grabs him and saves Rick, basically.
Yeah, it was very silly.
Love that. Yes, a lot of silly little action beats. There's one point where the Americans are going all American and just shooting like cowboys. And Jonathan has to comment Americans because he's a British boy and they have to do that. There's another beat where the warden is around. He's panicking, and Rick is like, don't worry, stay here. I'll get help. And then leaves. And then the warden like stays there like, oh, motherfucker. And then leaves after Rick. That's pretty funny. There's a lot of little funny beats throughout the whole movie. And then, they go off the boat. The boat explodes for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Rick and the team, the Rachel Weisz, Evelyn, and all that, are one side of the river. Benny and the Americans and everyone else apparently is on the other side of the river. Benny says, "I'm out with the horses." Rick says, "You're in the wrong side of the river."
Mm-hmm.
I like that Benny is also not completely competent, but he's just slightly less competent than the heroes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit behind.
But he still takes everyone to Hamunaptra. He still knows where it is. Then we cut to the morning. We see Jonathan haggling for some camels. Evelyn, because she was in her nightgown, didn't have clothes, so she pops up dressed, I guess, in the fashion of the people around, but she also looks a lot more nicer than everyone else. Like she had like a golden inlays
and England money, you know? She got the British money.
Yeah. Smoky eyes and all that.
God, yeah.
They're great smoky eyes. And then they get the 4 camels for it. So it's Rick, Evelyn, Jonathan, and the warden.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a whole montage of them just throughout the desert, the dunes.
Mm-hmm.
So this was in Morocco. So like this is Tatooine. Like it was filmed the same place that
there you go.
Tatooine
That's
was.
So funny.
Yeah. And the same place that a lot of the Indiana Jones movies were filmed. Yeah, so this I mean, like I said, this could have been Harrison Ford. This was filmed 10 years earlier, 15 years earlier. This would have been Harrison Ford. 100%.
Oh, for sure.
This would have been the 4th Indiana Jones. I heard somewhere that, because I was looking at videos about the Mummy, and one of those video vloggers said, imagine a world where you didn't have the Mummy 2 as it is. Have you seen the Mummy 2?
Mm-mm.
It's fine. But it's kind of like the same thing. The Imhotep comes back, Anck-su-namun comes back, and now you have The Rock as the Scorpion King. But it's still
I did see that he's in the second one, which cracked me up.
Someone commented, imagine a world where the second movie would have been, because this is 1930 serial movies, what if Rick and Evelyn and Jonathan go up against Dracula and then Frankenstein's monsters? Just tackle like universal monsters from the 30s. I would have liked that. That would have been fun. They go to Transylvania. And then they go to like London and then tackle Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That would be fun. You're making faces, but that would have been fun.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a montage. You see the Magi again doing what they do best. Stand around on the horses in a cliff.
Just watch.
Rix is just watching. Why wouldn't they kill them right now? There's just 4 of them.
I think the purpose of them trying to not involve themselves as much as possible is primarily due to the fact that they fear the second that they get involved, they bring validity to like there's gold or like there's this like cursed guy.
If there's no witnesses. Well,
there was a witness last time. I guess there were 2 witnesses last time, you know.
Yeah. The main Magi has a lot of respect for Rick, that he survived the desert and all that. Benny also survived the desert alone.
Yeah, I guess.
Benny's as much of a badass as Rick.
Sure, you tell yourself that.
Shut up. Then, coincidentally, they both meet up in the same place. I loved this scene. This might be my best scene ever. It's the sunrise, and it's I was going to say dusk, but it's dawn. They're at dawn, and it's like golden hour, very, very orangey, and they're like waiting. What are we waiting for? And you see the horizon, and then you see like the desert, classic desert mirage, and then how Hamunaptra reveals itself, which is a real thing that happens. Not maybe as fantastical as this, but it does happen. But I just love how it revealed. Like it was great. Does it make sense? No, because then later again, like you said, they go back to Hamunaptra flying, and it's just the daylight, and they just get there.
No biggie.
So it doesn't make sense, but it's cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
They again make a bet who's going to get there first. The Americans, the bad guys, in parentheses, bad guys, are all in horses, except Benny's on a camel. The good guys are on camels. Horses are way quicker, way faster than camels. Camels do make sense for long trips in the desert. They're more resilient than horses. Also, I could say maybe the sand was too loose and the camels' feet were better at running.
Yeah, maybe. Over
the sand. But those camels didn't look fast at all.
No.
But anyway, yeah. Obviously, the Americans win. They get there first. You get a cute kick from Evelyn, on her camel. Yeah.
And then her camel starts like bolting.
Yeah, which it did bug me that really bad. They looked at just on a wooden bench as someone rocking them back and forth when they're on the close up. That looked bad. Have you seen? There's a clip online. of a Mexican telenovela, and there's some horseback riding, and so there's the main actress, like the star, and there's a close up of her. Usually, it's like they're on a truck or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of rock back because when there's close up, obviously you're not gonna film the main actors on a horse for a close up because you don't know what the horse is gonna do. So put them on a rig or something. So there's a clip of a Mexican telenovela of a dude just has the main actress on his shoulders, and he's the horse, and he's just kind of doing
so
this.
Stupid. That's ridiculous.
I think this is what was happening here. I just imagine two dudes under Brendan Fraser and Raquel Weisz, Rachel Weisz, just doing this.
Yeah.
Anyway, they get to the city, and just like Indiana Jones, the bad guys are in one place because they think it's the right place to dig, and then Evelyn and Rick are on another place. And I think one of the Americans asked the main guy, which we haven't really talked about, but the Americans are led by Benny, but they're also led by Dr. Alan Chamberlain. If you know who that actor played by Jonathan Hyde, was kind of like the schemy guy from the 90s also. Like he played lawyers. Have you seen Jumanji? He played the dad and the bad guy in Jumanji. So he's kind of like always batty, not super trustworthy because he has that face.
That makes sense.
Someone asked him, why are they digging over there? Do they know something we don't know? And he's like, they're led by a woman. What does a woman know? Oh yeah, he's gonna die immediately.
Yeah.
And then I really enjoyed that cut to Evelyn just saying all these facts about the place, and obviously she knows a lot, even though she's a woman. Shocker.
Crazy.
And then we quickly cut to them in the tombs. I always want to say tombs.
That's funny. This whole portion, the second that they get to Hamunaptra and then back to Cairo, like this segment of movie, way too fucking long. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up. And I'm just like, can y'all like just do this in one day? Please?
This could have been one night.
Yeah.
Because it's like 2 or 3 nights, right? It is way too long. Because they go down and there's pretty much a Mexican standoff because they arrive at the same dig place, both the Americans and Evelyn and Rick. They need a nickname. The Americans have the Americans. They're not the British, the good guys. The good guys in the American. I don't know. Yeah. Evelyn and Team Evelyn. Team Evelyn. Yes, I like that. Team Evelyn gets there at the same time as the Americans. Team America. And they draw guns, and every time someone says something, they draw guns again. That's kind of a funny standoff. Evelyn discovers that there may be something underneath because she's smart, and she kind of diffuses the situation. They're like, there's no place to dig, so they go off to dig to another place. While all this is happening, the warden, who lasted way too long according to you, is off by his own. And if you're a side character, if you're like slimy comic relief, you're gonna die if you go on by your own.
Exactly. He was asking for it.
He goes and discovers these golden jeweled scarab things, and he's grabbing a bunch of them. He's making fun of hieroglyphs. I don't know how to say that word.
Hieroglyphic? Like hieroglyphs?
Hieroglyphs. Eso.
Hieroglyphics?
Yes, sure. Whatever. And then it happens to drop on a hieroglyph, one scarab. Scarab comes to life. That was a nice effect. And then goes into his shoe, gets into his skin, and there's a little bit of horror here. And then starts eating his brain, I guess.
Yeah, no. I hated that. Seeing the scarab go into his shoe, and then like, I don't know, just fucking, I was like disgusted. I hated it. I hated it so much.
It was great. Yeah. Because I had the same reaction when I was a kid. Like, it was bad. Like, no. There were a couple of scenes like that in this movie. And then while this is happening, Team America is above all of them, and they're trying to open up the sarcophagus. But the doctor, the lead of the team, I guess, tells the Americans, no, don't open it. Let the workers open it. And the workers get melted by, I think we find out later, sulfuric acid. Pressurized or something like that, which is a real thing. They had like things like that, so they get melted. Things are happening. While all of this, there's a bunch of other exposition dialogue. Again, Evelyn is talking so much about the curse and what happened to Imhotep and all of this throughout these 2 nights that the first scene of them in the past was not necessary. Either have that scene or have this much exposition. But they have both.
I personally, I think they should have cut down the exposition.
Yeah, that too.
Because if we didn't have that opening scene, we would not get to see how much of a baddie. What's her name?
Anaxanabun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and she does come back more in the sequel. There's more of her. Spoilers. Turns out Anaxanabun and Evelyn's ancient ancestor were, I think, cousins or something.
Yeah.
And Evelyn's ancestor was not Imhotep, the pharaoh's daughter. So there's a whole thing in a second, but doesn't make sense.
Nope.
But yeah, she's explaining about the scarabs, how Imhotep was buried with the scarabs and they ate him alive slowly. Which they don't eat slowly. If you look at the movie, they eat some motherfuckers real quick.
Yeah, they can.
They potentially ate Benny pretty quick too. While all this is happening, then we finally get the scene of the warden's death. You see the scarabs gonna go all the way, and then it's his brain. He just runs past Team Evelyn and hits his head and then dies. Actually, I think right before this is when the Jonathan, the brother, Evelyn's brother, is playing golf with like a pickaxe and some rocks, and then accidentally hits something, and the whole sarcophagus tumbles down from where they were digging up in the upper levels. Evelyn is the dumbest character.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
She is wild. She causes the curse to happen.
Yes.
She opens the sarcophagus. She reads the book.
She reads the fucking book. Yeah.
Don't eat the ancient curse book.
The Book of Death. Yeah, maybe we don't read that out loud.
The Team America misogynist, dumb doctor, whatever, said don't read from the book. He had the brains at least, or the common sense to not read from the book. But yeah, because she doesn't believe any of that. She's like, fine, whatever. Is it at this point where they open the sarcophagus, or I think that's later? I think that's later. Because you're right. This could have been one night, but I think they kind of divided into nights.
Yeah. I don't know when they open the freaking sarcophagus.
Yeah, because the warden dies, and then they're back in the camp. And Rick is telling Evelyn and the brother about what happened to the other Team America. They got melted and all that. They're going through the warden's belongings, and then this is where they discover a bottle of wine, I think.
I think it's some kind of liquor.
Some kind of liquor, yeah. And then they're drinking. And then the Magi attack. I did like this Magi attack. This is the only reason why this was too nice, so that we could have the Magi attack.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of fun gags. There's one point where Jonathan and Benny are huddled in the same place, and they're both drinking the bottle, and they're shooting. There's a point where the main Magi is fighting Rick, and there's a really cool exchange of Rick shoots at the main Magi swords, and then the main Magi swaps the gun from Rick with his other sword, and then he's like, all right, and then Rick literally diffuses the situation with a TNT stick.
Very cool. I did like this. I thought that was fun.
And he's like, all right, enough bloodshed. And then he just takes off the wig. I would never thought of doing that. You are correct, Casey. I'm not Rick at all. Sorry. I was just like, just throw it away. So everyone's kind of rattled. If this truly was a horny movie, Rick and Evelyn would have we were just about to die sex. Yeah. Like right here.
For sure. Yeah.
But it's not. It's a 1930s serial movie. So after the attack, they continue drinking. And Evelyn gets drunk. There's great chemistry. Cute scene of Evelyn almost kissing Rick, and then she just sleeps. And he's like, all right. Cut to next day. Team America finds the Book of the Death.
Really quick, I don't know if you explicitly said this, but the Magi were like, you got one day. If you don't leave in a day, we're going to have issues. I'm pretty sure they stay longer than a day.
Why? Also, why?
Yeah.
Just leave now.
I guess they were wanting to be nice and be like, pack up your things. You have time.
I mean, I feel like in the desert, in the Sahara, it's better to travel at night because you have the stars to lead. Right? And also, it's not... I don't know.
Yeah.
I come from the desert, but I've never been in the desert. Did you know that, this is a dumb fun fact, but if you ever get stranded in the middle of the desert and you say, I'm going to go a straight line, you're not going to go on a straight line because you have slightly bigger leg one than the other. So you're always going to go around.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Don't go in a straight line. Just go by where the stars are, if you know where that is. Anyway, so yes. So then the next day happens. Team America finds the Book of the Dead. Team Evelyn finds the gooey mummy because they open the sarcophagus, and then this is where they discover that it was scratched from the inside, and they were surprised that this mummy is 3,000 years old and is still kind of decomposing and gooey, which I thought it was a cool little detail there. And then again, it's nighttime again, I guess.
Because they didn't leave.
Yeah. Evelyn steals the Book of the Dead and then starts reading from the Book of the Dead. Why?
So stupid.
So stupid.
She just wanted to show off to Rick. Let's be honest.
100%. 100%. Because she has the key. She has a key to open it, like the master key. Yeah, so because she's reading about the home die. She's reading about this curse, and the curse is for the weakest of the weakest. And she said that he did something naughty because this has never been done before. Horrible death, horrible curse. And then if somebody wakens, and I don't know, if someone reads from the Book of the fucking Dead, it'll be the end of the world. So, and then what does she do? She reads from the Book of the fucking Dead.
Also, where the Americans got the Book of the Dead, it was in a box that also had the canopic jars carrying Anaxunamun's preserved organs.
I thought that was his organs.
I also thought that until I'm reading this plot synopsis, and I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot more sense.
It does make a lot more sense.
Because he puts them up on the altar.
Yeah, gotcha. We'll get to that. But was Anaxunamun, when she gets revived, resuscitated and all that, and she's gross mummy, was the end goal of Imhotep to have Anaxunamun's consciousness, soul, whatever, in Evelyn's body? Or was Evelyn gonna kind of transfer her life essence, and then Anaxunamun was gonna be all pretty and human again? Okay.
That's what I think was gonna happen. I
wasn't super clear. Me too, but it wasn't super clear.
It kind of seems like because they already had her organs, they only needed to take one person's life to restore her vitality. Whereas with Imhotep, he had to kill a bunch of different guys to restore his vitality because I don't think he had his organs. Yeah. You know?
Oh, okay. So Imhotep didn't have his organs, so he had to kill the guys that opened the box. Oh yeah, we forgot to say Team America, Mr. Burns and Mr. whatever, all the three Misters and the doctor guy. Before open the Book of the Dead, Benny books it out of there. Yeah, he just yells, curse, and then he's a survivor. I'll take that. Yeah. I would do that too. Fuck this. I'm not staying here. I'm leaving.
Yeah. The lid of the box that they open, it's hey, whoever takes the contents of this box, you're gonna die. They still take the contents of the box.
Yep. Because why not? Would you do that? Would you you're in a dig site, you're kind of a little scholarly about it?
I would obey the commands, truly out of a place of fear, but my reasoning, so that I didn't get made fun of, even though I'm saying this here, my reasoning would be gotta respect the dead, this is what they chose. I'm not gonna fuck with it out of respect, but it would truly be out of a place of fear of I'm not risking this.
Nope, fuck this. So yeah, Evelyn reads the book and then immediately locusts, immediately the plague.
Yep.
Also, fun fact, I didn't know until much later, locusts are grasshoppers. I didn't know that. Grasshoppers, something fucks with their food supply and they get angry and they mutate and they become locusts.
It's cool. It's cool as fuck.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I will say, what was really annoying is there were no fucking frogs. Where were the frogs? Where were this?
They should have.
I think the plague also, one of the plagues was the death of the firstborns, right? We didn't see that?
Yeah.
They left a lot of these plagues out, unfortunately.
Yeah, they did. They call it the what did they call it? The plagues of ancient Egypt, but it's really the Moses story. And there's a lot of Judaism here.
Yeah.
Symbolism too. So first one to kind of go is Mr. Burns. Also, I was joking about saying Mr. Burns, but actually it's one of his character's name. But
you're talking about the guy with the glasses, right?
The guy with the glasses. And it's also funny that the mummy first victim is his eyes, the guy who can't see.
Yeah.
So I do feel like throughout the whole movie, the mummy doesn't have great eyesight.
Correct. I think maybe as he like takes other people's vitality, his eyesight probably gets better and better, you know?
But in my headcanon, the mummy's gonna always need glasses. Like I just want the mummy
he needs
with glasses.
LASIK. Also, I don't think we get to this part yet, but he takes the guy's tongue too, which like I feel like but the guy can still like blah, 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 do enough. So it's like he still has enough tongue. So it's like he didn't take all of his tongue. So I feel like it's not really adequate. But I don't know. I should drop it. I should drop it.
Just enough to get that one scene that didn't make a lot of sense later on. But
yeah.
So
also,
we get the mummy.
If my eyes and tongue have been ripped out, kill me. I don't want to keep living. That's a life full of a lot of difficulties that I'm not strong enough to encounter.
I apologize to all of our blind and mute listeners. I mean, sure, tongueless, but
tongueless
also
specifically
people who
because
can't speak.
You also can't taste. So it's like it's a whole. It's not because you can't speak.
You can taste with your. I mean, the whole. I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
At the end of the day, I am weak, and I'm acknowledging that.
You taste with your nose mostly.
That's fair. I don't know.
A lot of your taste senses come from your smell, and vice versa.
I'm too weak to suffer like that.
You say that, but I feel like you would adapt.
It's the same thing with like if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm buying a gun and I'm taking myself out because I don't have the will to survive and fight that. And like, no.
I could fight that. I would immediately die, but I would try.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
So they're running in the catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
And Team Evelyn, minus the warden because he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
They're running through some tunnels and there's some scarabs. So they have like this mountain of scarabs just pops out of nowhere and they get separated. Evelyn gets separated from Rick and Jonathan. She gets kind of like thrown into this secret tunnel, whatever, that for some reason they didn't discover before.
Mm-hmm.
She finds Mr. Burns just wandering around because at this point we haven't seen the mummy. We just heard him.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of know he's around, but we haven't seen him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see that Mr. Burns has no tongue and no eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the first reveal of the mummy.
So cool.
Pretty good special effects.
I think these are excellent special effects.
Excellent. Like yeah. I don't even have to say for the time. And I think there's a lot of things going for it. There's the lighting is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, because later on when he's a little bit more human, it stops being great and it starts being more Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more muscles and things to contend with. This is all just rotten flesh and dangling bits. And I think that's probably easier to animate. And to like, what is it called? The special? I forget what I was going to say. But like, I forget the term. But it's easier to accept the visual effect than when he's a little more human.
Well, I think it's also, I believe they made the conscious choice to not have his organs like part of his body too, and like just kind of him be like a skeletal thing, which I think adds to the fact, because he's scary looking. Like if I were a child, I would absolutely be terrified of this, right? But like I was able to watch this and not be too scared because I think it looks cool. It does genuinely look really cool.
Searching something. Okay, yeah. So ILM did this movie, did the effects for this movie. So they also did Sleepy Hollow.
That's cool.
Because there's a scene where the Headless Horseman regenerates his body and they have like the organs, all that. So they were working on these two kind of at the same time with like organ effects and all that. So I thought it was cool. So we get the first glimpse of decomposed mummy. Cut back to Jonathan and Rick trying to figure out where Evelyn is and where she went. They're still in the same place where the scarabs were. And then you see the Team America just run, motherfuckers. And all the scarabs are coming back. Random guy trips and the scarabs immediately eats him. Either they were super hungry or they didn't eat the mummy pretty quick. The mummies, they're approaching slowly Evelyn and saying, "Anux Naboon." They immediately tries to make out with her, all gross, mummified. And this is where we get the first great Brendan Fraser yelling face. Because the mummy screams, Brendan Fraser screams, and immediately shotguns the mummy and run. That was great. Then they kind of escape, and the Magi are there. And they're like, "We told you to leave. This would happen. And now you're in this." it does make a little sense to me why they didn't kill them immediately there. Like now it makes like, all right, now you're in it with us. Now we need your help. So they all leave, but they leave Benny behind. And Benny's in the catacombs. He's alone with his gun.
This is the part that
torch.
reminded me of you. This is the part. This is the part
You know
I saw, and I was like, I'm gonna say Jesus is Benny.
Fair, because also great effect because you have backlit Benny with the torch and backlit Mummy because immediately like face to face, and he just tries all of the religion. He has all of the religion charms on him. He has like a cross. He takes out a cross. He takes out like the Eye of Ra, whatever. He takes out a Buddhist thing, and then he finally takes the Star of David and starts speaking Hebrew, and that's what like the Imhotep is like, oh, the language of the slaves. That's where the plague also kind of comes in play, and he's gonna, all right, I'm gonna need you. Here's some gold that I grabbed from my innards, I guess. Where was he keeping that gold?
Yeah, I don't, no clue. The voice of the Imhotep as like a mummy, like that's still the same actor, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
The voice was very cool.
Yeah, because it was probably the same actor, but with like sound effects added to it, some distortions. Imhotep tells Benny, just help me get the organs, which now we know it's Nux and Moon's organs. What were the jars that you say? Canopic. Did you just know that, or did you read this for this movie?
I mean, they say it in the movie.
Oh, okay. It would have been impressive if you just knew that term.
Yeah.
They're back at the hotel. Rick and Evelyn are cute arguing. Rick is being completely Han Solo here. So he's like, I got my reward. I'm leaving. And Evelyn's like, no, we have to stay and save the world. Blah, blah, blah. I think what kind of convinces Rick to stay back is the pilot. Because we get introduced to the pilot a little bit later, who's Captain Winston, played by Bernard Fox. I love this character. He was great.
Yeah.
He just wanted to die gloriously, and he did. Because there's Rick and Jonathan drinking, and Rick is about to leave. And then the pilot kind of comes in, and he's like, for glory, I missed my chance, and blah, blah. He just wants to die with all of his air pilot buddies that died. And then cut to this scene that I hated. If we have a worst scene ever, this might be it, other than the intro. Because it doesn't make sense to me why Mr. Burns is there sitting with Imhotep, and Benny is there introducing him to Imhotep, but Mr. Burns doesn't know that it's Imhotep for some reason. Or doesn't know that it's the mummy, because he does say Mr. Prince or something. And it's not blind. Until... Yeah, but who else would have been? You know it's a curse. You know it's a live mummy. And Benny is slimy. Who else would Benny be introducing him to? Just a random rich dude?
Yeah, I don't think I would have ever predicted that anybody could become allies with this mummy. You know, I don't blame him.
Who did Mr. Burns think he was talking to, if not like the mummy? Whatever. So Benny is like, Mr. Imhotep, thanks you for your hospitality and your eyes and your tongue. And then cut to back at the bar, and they're all drinking. The Americans are Team America join in, Rick and Jonathan. And then they all suddenly spit the alcohol, and everyone spits because it's not alcohol anymore; it's blood.
Dun dun dun.
Was this part of the? Okay, the plagues. I'm not too worse with my religion anymore. I blocked all that. And then Rick immediately goes back after Evelyn. He's like, "Oh, he's here." And then you get, I guess, another plague of meteors. Is that another plague? Meteors?
It's it's hail. It's like hail that's on fire.
It does look like hail on fire. It's kind of weird looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of meteors. There's flames everywhere. Rick sees Benny, goes after the mummy. The mummy is consuming Mr. Burns. Then you see like a mummified Mr. Burns. Great little props. I love all those props. And then you get the real hero of the movie, the cat. After they discover that the mummy is afraid of cats. And Rick does ask the Magi, why is he afraid of cats? Why don't they just grab all of the cats of Egypt,
right?
Put them in a room with you,
Yeah.
and just stay in the room with all the cats.
I think if this movie...
Strap cats to yours.
Right. I think if this movie was made in like the 2010s, I think they absolutely would have taken the cat along with them on the adventure. And like that would have been like a comedic like prop that they used throughout the rest of the movie. And I'm kind of upset that they didn't.
I feel like this movie would have been more expensive with a cat, because you have now a cat actor for along the cat wrangler.
Mm-hmm.
These are also jerks, so yeah. It would have been a CGI cat in the 2010s.
That's fair.
But yeah, there's a cat. Apparently, Imhotep is scared of cats and then dusts away. First, he does his number one superpower with his opening his jaw 2 feet and then dusts away.
Yeah.
What are Imhotep's superpowers? They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, he's just strong.
I feel like desert.
Yeah, desert. Sand.
And then you get more exposition scenes. Like you go back to Dr. Terrence. I think this is where you realize that he's a magi. You get more exposition that if he consumes all of the Americans, then he is immortal and all powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So now the mission is to protect the Americans, which they do a terrible job of doing.
Really, really bad job.
The Americans and also Evelyn, because they realize also that Imhotep is calling Evelyn Anaxunamun. And they kind of, for reasons, realize, he wants to resurrect Anaxunamun with Evelyn's sacrifice. Would they know that other than them reading the script?
Good question. No clue.
And then you get the other plague of the sky is dark and whatever.
The eclipse, even though they stare right at it, which is like what you're not supposed to do. And that cracked me up.
I would have liked a better effect for the eclipse. Like, it wasn't great. So they need to protect Evelyn. They need to protect the Team America, the remaining Team America. The other guy, the other Dr. Allen, is somewhere walking alone because dumb. And what do? Oh, yeah, they put all of the people that they need to protect alone in a room with no cats around.
No cats.
Obviously, Dr. Allen gets sucked in the middle of the street, and then you got to Benny rummaging through Rick's or Evelyn's room. I don't know. He's looking in someone's room. And then you do get another favorite scene of mine where Benny sees Rick, bolts, and then Rick, one-hand share, knocks Benny out. Throws the share. This is great.
Yeah.
I wonder how many takes it took, because that was a great throw. Rick confronts Benny. It's a great scene of him getting him closer to the fan. And then Benny kind of tells him everything, like, Imhotep needs to consume all of them, blah, blah. Which they already knew. So, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you get a shot of a little bit less dried mummy, more human-ish. This is where the Uncanny Valley kind of kicks in. Not too much, because there's still kind of dark moonlight, so it's not too bad. But yeah, you the Imhotep's a little bit more complete. And you get, again, his superpower of opening his jaws 2 feet. And there's a bunch of locusts, I guess, or bugs thrown at the window. And all of the... Is this where everyone becomes a zombie? Or that's later?
I think that's later.
Well...
It's not until they're at the museum again.
Oh, yeah. And then cut back to the Americans alone with a window open. One of them goes away to get bourbon, and then Mr. Daniels gets shadow consumed. They were skipping on the VFX here.
Yeah, it was too expensive.
But great mummy prop.
Yes.
And then Imhotep goes into Evelyn's room, again with his desert superpower, sand superpower.
So funny, because, like, he could have gone under the door. He could have gone, like, between, like, the crack of the door or whatever. He could have done, but he goes through the keyhole. And I'm like, okay, drama. Like, okay.
Yeah. It was all for the drama, because he got in, like, really, really, really slow.
Yeah.
Kisses Evelyn.
Well, okay, he, like, partially regenerates fully. Yeah. Kisses her, and then, like, loses some of that vitality again.
The cool effect. I liked it. But why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it, like, he's still a little... It was a chance for him to look back at Rick with his gnarly mouth.
I think so, yeah.
Because that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then Drake has a cat all of a sudden again. Just keep the cat there. What are you doing? But yeah, you go back to the museum and they're figuring out, well, if there's a book of the dead, there's a book of the light or whatever. There's a counter book, because reasons again.
Yeah, duh.
Why weren't they looking for the other book from the beginning? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
And then this is where you get the emotive. There's a couple of videos from Mexico City, from the subway of Mexico City, where they're all just going to the subway slowly. And then that guy just starts chanting emotive. And then everyone starts chanting emotive. Always wanted to do that. I'm going to do that one day.
Okay. Good luck.
And yeah, you get all the zombie emotive citizens.
With boils.
Yeah, boils and everything. No women. All men. Did not see one woman there.
That's funny. Yeah.
Either strong-willed, maybe stronger-willed, or whatever.
Yeah. They stayed at home. They said
They stayed at home. Yeah, they said we're the zombie babies. So yeah, so they're there. They're zombies, but they're conscious enough to carry torches.
Yes. Yeah. They're just brainwashed.
They're just brainwashed, yeah. There's just MAGA. Team Evelyn is in the museum deciphering some hieroglyphs, and they discover where the other book is because reasons. The zombies break in, they all disperse. Great Jonathan zombie acting. He just kind of goes emotive.
Oh yeah, that was
emotive. I wish I also would have done that. Rick would have just started punching zombies.
Yeah.
Because he's dumb. So at this point, there's only one Team America left. The guy with the comb over. He looks like he has a comb over. All of the zombies are after them in their 1920s car. Great car. All of the zombies are after them. There's one point where they're in this alley and all of the zombies just line up perfectly so the car can run them over in a line. Like
so
it's not
silly.
even like super like tight this alleyway. But yeah, it was fun. They grab the last American. Imhotep consumes him. They get cornered, and they're just kind of done. And Imhotep is fully regenerated. He approaches all of them and says, "Give me Evelyn, and I'll let you live." Evelyn goes with Imhotep. Obviously, Imhotep doesn't let them live because he's a bad guy. And there's conveniently a manhole right there, so they can all escape, except Dr. Terrence for some reason.
Yeah, he sacrifices himself to fight the zombie brainwash people off. Yeah.
I like the death. Yeah.
I agree.
They all escape through the sewers, and then they go to the pilot guy who wanted to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of Han Solo coded Rick. So they go to the pilot, Rick, Jonathan, and main Magi guy, our death. He has a weird name. I don't know if that name's actual, like a real name, or they just picked it up.
What is it called whenever they mix up letters to make a different name?
Mixing up letters to make a different name?
Hold on, let me find it. You're laughing at me, but you're going to be like, oh no, that was a good, I'll be like, yeah, I know.
And then I'm going to be, Casey, you're so smart.
Exactly. Anagram. Ardith Bay is an anagram of death by Ra. That's what it is.
Oh, that's cool. Casey, you're so smart.
I know, thank you.
So yeah, they want to hire Captain Winston Havelock. He has a great mustache, a great accent, great voice, great everything. He just wants to die gloriously.
Yeah.
And Rick says, "We're gonna rescue the girl and probably die." And he's like, "I'm in. You son of a bitch.
Say
I'm
less.
In. Say less." They're in this biplane. Jonathan is in one wing. Ardeth is in the other wing.
Jonathan is freaking Ardeth is having a great time because he's used to his fun. Horses and camels.
Yeah, I did like that. This guy's like mysterious Magi standing on a horse guy, badass, and then you see, he has a silly part of it. Like, he's kind of fun.
He too has humor.
Yeah, they're flying in the biplane, and then you see this big sandstorm whirlpool thing, tornado thing, and you do get a fun scene where that's Imhotep mode of transportation, and then just spits out Benny and Evelyn.
Yeah.
Do you think they were kind of just floating in the middle, kind of like this, or were they just kind of trailing the whole time?
I'd like to think that they were probably just floating in the middle. Because I think if they were twirling the whole time, they would have been way more fucked up.
I'd like to think that Evelyn was floating in the middle. Benny was trailing the whole time.
Yeah, that would be really funny.
An idiot. Then Imhotep sees the biplane and then creates a superstorm. And then you get the scene that was in all of the trailers of Imhotep's face in the sandstorm and Rick shooting at sand.
But there's this great moment where Imhotep, because he's like kind of the tornado at first, and then he like generates and he's like fully human. And he's wearing this slutty little outfit. My God, he looked so good though. I was like, you can get it.
Yeah, he can. That fake tan is working for him.
Mm-hmm. That's the only point I wanted to bring up.
That brown makeup. Yeah, I was looking at because Arnold Vosloo, like that's an unusual name. Maybe he's South African.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just white. He's a white dude. So yeah, big mega sandstorm of evil is about to kill them all. And then Evelyn distracts Imhotep, kisses him, lets off the sand, but they still crash. A really nice effect again with the crash. You just see them poof at the back. How? I mean, you know what's going to happen, but how just the pilot died and no one else?
So funny.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because they were on the wings. You would think those were the first to go. But nope, they're fine.
Nope. They're A-okay. Not a single scratch.
Not a single scratch. Ardeth immediately grabs the machine gun because he's a badass. I did like that at this point you're fully on Ardeth's side. Like first you're like, oh, he's a bad guy, but then like, oh yeah, It helps that he's extremely handsome too. Like I said, like this is not a horny movie, but it is a very good looking movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Then Jonathan is fucking with the scarabs and then gets one scarab inside of him. And the way that Rick knives out the scarab, like you would think he would have like a huge scar or a huge bleeding or something.
Yeah.
But like you don't see really nothing, which doesn't matter because it's Jonathan. Who cares?
Yeah.
And shoots the scarab and that alerts Imhotep. And he uses again his dust, sand, superpowers and awakens his priest. I did love this effect where the priests come alive from the hieroglyphs on the wall.
Yes.
That was cool.
There were so many more priests than like in the opening scene. I was like,
yeah,
he had a shit ton more followers than they led us to believe.
Also, I would have liked to see more heavyweight set priests because in the flashback there were like all body sizes and all these are all skinny.
Yeah.
Which I get because they're mostly skeleton, but I feel like you could have like more loose skin.
They all had the same body type, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like they had one model, a 3D model, and they just reused it. Around this time is where Rick, Jonathan, and Ardeth discover the big treasure, the big golden thing. Why it didn't appear at the beginning? I don't know. It feels like an afterthought.
I think it would have complicated things too much because I think the Americans would have left if they had found it.
Also, if this is like a serial, this will be the episode where they find the treasure. So
yeah.
Again, okay, yeah, I take it back. They discover the treasure, and then this is where the priests come out of the ground and they start like zombieing around. I do like the this is very video game level where you have first the kind of weak zombie priest, and then later you get the soldier mummies that are like they're fast and they crawl through walls and everything.
Yeah.
But at this point, you get the Ardeth with his machine gun, looking like a badass, and everyone shooting. Jonathan at one point grabs Rick's both guns and starts shooting, and then just throws one gun at a priest. They leave, they escape, and then Benny gets there and starts grabbing all the treasure that he can, which will bite him in the ass.
Yes. Shocker.
Literally. I'm surprised that this treasure wasn't cursed. Like, I feel like, again, a cool sequel could have been in this treasure, they find the magic lamp. And then the sequel is Rick against the evil genie, or against a oil tycoon that discovers the genie, and then Rick has to undo wishes or something.
No, I hate this. This just like this sounds.
It
just sounds like an animated movie. Like I cannot visualize it.
Because the second movie just they kind of repeat a lot of the same gags, but worse. They kind of do the same plot, but worse.
Yeah.
So, cut to Evelyn in a kind of nightgown thingy. And strapped to a table. When did that happen? But
an altar. Yeah. An
altar thing. But I did like the pan of her strapped to the altar. You're seeing her, and then there's a rat. You follow the rat, which you think is going to be the grossest thing there. And then the rat is next to the mummy. And then Evelyn freaks out. A lot of great freak out faces. Meanwhile, Rick, Ardeth, and Jonathan are still fighting the priests. Benny is grabbing all the treasure, getting it all on the camels. That will come back later. There's a lot of priests around. Evelyn is strapped to the table next to the mummy. Imhotep is doing all this incantation and reviving or getting back Anax and the Moons. So while all this is happening, Ardeth sacrifices himself so that Jonathan and Rick can go off and save Evelyn. Did they find the golden book? I think they
Yes.
did. Yeah.
They find the golden book in like that area of lots of gold.
Yeah. You have a very not great made-for-TV Goosebumps special effect of the soul of Anaxana Moon.
Yeah, you get that twice. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Imhotep is about to sacrifice Evelyn, and then Jonathan appears like, I have the book! And then starts conveniently reading the side of the book that has the incantation to summon the soldier mummies and control them for some reason. It's on the side of the book. But again, the book has the same key slot as the key that they had, and the keys in Imhotep's robes.
You know what I think this movie was also missing? I wanted to see Imhotep and Evelyn like interact some more. Like, and like talk. Because like she would have been one of the only people that could have like actually talked to him. And she never does.
The second movie.
Okay, I like that. That makes me happy.
You should watch the second movie. I would like to know what you think. But I think that you have
Do they have a little romance? Do they have a little fling?
Oh, no. But there is more interaction.
Interesting.
No, because Anaxana Moon comes back.
That's fair. See, I also, in this movie, like, I feel because of the character of Evelyn and how she's, like, so interested in ancient Egypt and, like, mummies, you know, things of that nature. Like, I feel like she would have been more interested, like, just from, like, oh my God, this is crazy, of Imhotep. Like, but she is strictly, like, disgusted by him, which I don't think aligns with her character.
No, yeah, you're right. She should have been more fascinated by this whole thing happening in front of her. Like, because she grew up with these stories and then suddenly they're real. Yeah. It wasn't that like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah, and she wanted to go on this adventure. She didn't even want the gold, because I think originally she wanted the gold book. Yeah. She wanted the Book of Amun-Ra, but... Yeah,
you're right. It would have been better. Anyway, Fraser is doing an amazing job at fake fighting CGI priests that are not there.
Yes.
If you see the behind the scenes, he's just doing this.
It was strictly choreographed, and he did great.
It's so good. Also, amazing job by the animators. Both, like, this is where practical and CGI comes together really, really well. Because you say, oh, it's too much of a cartoon. This is a cartoon. Yeah. This is a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a little silly. Especially when they're like about to drop like the fucking tablet on him or whatever. Thing, yeah. That was silly.
There's a lot of gags of him impaling one guy with his sword and then grabbing the head of the other guy and then accidentally killing the other guy. Yeah, he grabs his sword with the other guy's arm and chops the other guy's legs. Yeah, there's a lot of great gags.
Yeah.
While all this is happening, Jonathan's trying to read the scriptures from the book and try to control the evil, well, not evil, but like the soldier mummies. But before he does that, this is level 2 where Rick fights the soldier mummies. Another great yelling scene between the soldier mummies and Brendan Fraser. And then you get a girl fight, because you always have to get a girl fight in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like all the 90s. Girls can't fight men. Girls need to fight girls.
Yeah.
Because Anaxana Moon somehow is pretty like alive and sprite and running around. And she's fighting Evelyn, Anaxana Moon. Rick is fighting the mummies. Jonathan's trying to read the book. I do like that he's reading the book, but he doesn't know like ancient Egypt as well as Evelyn. So he's asking for her help, and like finally reads the book, gets control of the soldier mummies as they're about to kill Rick, which happens a lot in this movie. Again, very Indiana Jones / Han Solo coded. And then Jonathan immediately instructs the soldiers to kill Anaxana Moon. That's brutal. Like, he didn't say, go kill Imhotep. No, go kill Anaxana Moon, which was the smart thing to do. Again, great shadow death. You don't see them kill Anaxana Moon, you just see the shadow. Because they need to keep this PG-13.
Yeah, and it's a nice parallel to the start of the movie where you see her kill Pharaoh after he discovers the affair. And you see it through the shadows.
Yeah, that was nice. And then Imhotep's pissed. Rick tries to fight Imhotep, but Imhotep is immortal at this point. He chops off his arm, and he's fine. And then you see a great gag of him putting back his arm and kind of twisting it into place. But you just see him doing this.
Yeah.
You don't actually see him put it, but your brain fills in that in. That's a great, like, they didn't do that effect. It's just great. I love it. And then Evelyn reads something. You get the bad 1990s TV movie Goosebumps effect of the soul. I feel like they didn't know what to do with that. It's just a weird blue, smoky shadow thing. That's the soul. I do love the chariot that it takes away Imhotep's soul or immortality, I guess. And now having my nose, Imhotep is now just a naked dude. Goes
Still
up
hot,
to
but
still hot.
Yeah.
Goes up to Rick, and Rick immediately stabs him, and he dies. And then goes into the pool and dissolves into Mummy again. I don't know, something happens.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Benny. Benny is grabbing all of this treasure, so much gold, and then he happens to rest in a trap thing, lever, and then the whole thing collapses conveniently right after Imhotep is dead. What would have happened if Imhotep would have been like buried under all that thing? Like,
I don't know.
So everything starts collapsing. Benny's trying to grab all the gold. Jonathan is sad. There's a lot of like very anxious-inducing scenes where the walls are the ceiling is closing in, and they kind of have to crawl away. But they do. Benny stays behind. We have just his torch, and then there's just darkness, and you just see all the scarabs around him, and you don't actually see his death. You just hear it. Great, love it. On the surface, Rick, Jonathan, and Evelyn, or Evie, we never call her Evie, but her nickname sometimes is Evie, are running away from the crumbling temple, tomb, all of that, ruins. The whole fucking mountain collapses. Luckily, all of the camels run away. There's some camels just sitting just there.
Yeah, just
chilling.
hanging out.
And they're saved. Yay!
Yay!
And then Ardeth is there. That scares Jonathan. Yay, he's also alive.
Woohoo!
Looking hot as hell. And Jonathan kind of like, oh, we left with no treasure. And Rick is like, I have the treasure right here. Passionately kisses. Evelyn, that was cute. Come on.
Cringe.
No. And then Jonathan tries to kiss the camel, which was funny. Something I probably would have done also. And then leave. And then we get a shot of, oh, they're carrying a lot of treasure. And in the second movie, they do live in a mansion.
Love that. Good for them.
And then, they go off into the sunset.
Happily ever after.
Happily ever
Yay.
after. Yay. I do like the end credits, the effect. I don't know, the Gary Glass into word. Yeah. That was cool.
I believe it.
What do you feel about this movie?
It's a fun movie. It's a great movie. It's a nostalgia movie. I don't know if I would 100%. Like it if it... Yeah, I don't know if I would like it if it came out today, but I respect it.
I feel like if it came out today, it would have been a little bit more serious. I feel like they would have felt the need to be more historically accurate, but this wasn't the point of this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, this movie was made in the 30s with the special effects from the 90s. But yeah, like I was curious about what you thought about this movie because I didn't know because I like this movie, but I didn't know if it was a lot of nostalgia. Now that I'm looking at it with a more critical mind, yeah, I can see the flaws. It's not a perfect movie. Like I said, just if they got rid of the whole first intro, the first act.
That's so funny that you hate it so much because
I just didn't fit because the whole point of serials is that they start in the middle of the adventure, and the whole intro was not the middle of the adventure.
I think you're too stuck on the serial aspect of this.
Put it in the middle. Get rid of the old exposition dialogue and put it in the middle.
Yeah.
And then have Evelyn in one of the nights, have Evelyn open the book and then start reading it, and then you cut back to that scene.
Yeah, I think that works.
That would have worked.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's do awards. We have best actor ever, worst actor ever, best scene ever. Casey, best actor ever.
Brendan Fraser. I think Rachel Weisz is a close second.
Yes.
I think the reason why she doesn't get my best actor ever award isn't necessarily because of her. I think it's because I just don't like the character enough. The character can sometimes annoy me, especially the drunk scene. I was like,
I like the drunk scene.
I was really not into that.
That was cute drunk acting. I agree with you. I give it to Brendan Fraser. Evelyn was the main character.
Yeah.
But Brendan Fraser carried this movie.
I agree.
I keep saying Harrison Ford would have done great this role, but he would have been a lot less funny.
Yes.
And he wouldn't make the yelly faces that Brendan Fraser does. So I think this movie worked because Brendan Fraser is in it. I can't imagine anyone else doing this.
I agree.
Brendan Fraser. Worst actor ever.
I'm giving
And
it to
why
Steven.
is it Mr. Henderson?
Is that who Stephen Dunham plays? That's so funny. I think it's because he has the most Southern accent. Like, and it's just
He was
it's too Texas.
acting in a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
He was in a made-for-TV movie. Yeah, I think everyone else was acting this seriously. Even Brendan Fraser was acting this. He was comedic, yes, but he was acting this as if he was a serious movie.
Yeah.
He was not. Steven wasn't. He was
in a stage play.
Yeah. And I looked at his IMDb and it's mostly TV movies and Hallmark movies and things like that. So yeah, it fits. Best scene ever.
It's gonna go to the first one. The first scene.
Wow.
I want a whole movie of just Imhotep and Anouk's whatever. Yeah. They to me have more chemistry than I think Rick and Evelyn do. I am just so entranced by them. I want to see them on screen more.
Wild. I do think they have a lot of chemistry. I don't think they have more chemistry than Rick and Evelyn. No. Well, that might be, but because I don't know, I love them together. It is funny that your review is about Alex and the Moon and Emo.
Well, it was actually funny.
I wouldn't have thought that at all.
What's funny is that Samuel actually watched the movie with me, but he joined after, or right at the end of that scene where basically you just see him wrapped up and with the scarabs falling on him. At the end of the movie, I was like, no, you have to go back and you need to watch this. Because to me, it was that important. I was like, I really love it. Anyway, that's me.
I feel like it would have worked best if it was in the middle. I'm making that edit in my head now.
Yeah.
Of start with the Amun-Ra whatever statue disintegrating into modern day, and then you get the whole scene, and then in the middle of the movie you get Evelyn reading that. So now you get that emotional kick.
Or even if Imhotep had was telling Evelyn about it and we saw it play out, if they were having a conversation, I think that would have hit 2 marks for me.
Yeah. See, there you go. I'm gonna give it to Rick fighting the invisible mummies, because I just think Brendan Fraser did an amazing job there. And you see the behind the scenes, you're like, this is fucking amazing. And also I like it when movies are video games and you get the level 1 Dumb Priest mummies, level 2 the soldier mummies, and then level 3 the final boss Imhotep.
Yeah,
I think I like that, but I'm gonna stick to the invisible mummies. So I like that. I'm almost afraid to ask Casey, but very important question, solely based on this movie. Was 1999 the best year ever for movies?
My answer is yes. It's still yes, even though I find parts of this movie really boring and I don't really love the editing. I think editing is where this movie is really lacking.
100%.
But it's still fun. It's still a great time. It's still a very hot movie. Yeah, and I think it has its place in the canon.
Okay, yeah. Obviously a yes for me. Honestly, this could have been 20 minutes less of a movie.
Yes. Oh my God. I think this movie, every scene was a little bit too long.
Yeah.
That's my major takeaway.
Yeah. Just start with 1923. Put the flashback in the middle, either Evelyn reading the book or tell the story or talking to Imhotep, and then cut a lot of the fluff. And if you do that, you cut a lot of the exposition. Yeah. A lot of the fluff. And then you get an hour and 40-minute movie or 45-minute movie. And it's so, yeah, we give it a yes. At least we give it a yes. So that's nice. I was afraid that you wouldn't like it, honestly.
No.
But let's see what we're going to watch next week. 96, A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yay.
Yeah, looks really good. It's, Michelle Pfeiffer, Kevin Kline.
Christian Bale.
Stanley
Tucci.
Stanley Tucci. I don't think I've ever seen a Shakespeare adaptation that I have liked.
Interesting.
Romeo and Juliet from the 90s it's very cheesy. I kind of like it, but it's very 90s.
What's the one that Emma Thompson is it?
I bet a bunch of them.
Much Ado About Nothing. The 1993 Much Ado About Nothing is really good.
Okay, I haven't seen that one either.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
Okay.
And Denzel Washington, Michael Keaton. It's a... Oh, God.
All right.
Anyway, let's do A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Like I said, I haven't seen a Shakespeare adaptation that I've liked. Could be interesting. Could be fun. We shall see next week. Bye.
Bye. Give us your thoughts about the money and hit us up at bestyearever_pod on Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky by leaving a comment or sending us a message. Or you can send us an email at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com. Also, while you're at it, give us a like, leave a rating, and go subscribe on all your preferred podcast listening platforms.
Would you kiss dirty Brendan Fraser?
Would you kiss dirty Brendan Fraser? Hit us up at bestyearever_pod on Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky by leaving a comment or sending us a message. Or you can send us an email at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com.
That's it. That's the one.